there's so much value in personal branding, yeah. Rash listens to every episode because he's there recording it. And Rash, how many times have I said to these designers, yo,
it's important, isn't it?
Brand yourself, bro.
Yeah.
It's so important, like, and the reason why Corteiz are the best example to do it is because if you look at Clint, he's got it down to a T. Yeah. Let's be honest, like, he has got the personal branding down to a T. And as Rash and I were walking here, we were talking about other brands, yeah, and how when we mention those brands, we rarely mention the people behind them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, playing devil's advocate, like, but I don't know. I feel like even some of the designers we even interview, like, they don't want to put their face or personal branding, like, in the limelight kind of thing. And even, like, just going back to Trapstar, we might, like, mention them a lot because they're, like, one of the first to do it, but they always put like Ballys on and stuff like that. Like, they don't show their faces, but yeah, the brand's doing so well as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's so true. I 100% agree. So it definitely is a double-edged sword. Like,
but do you think like having personal branding is, it's more like it has an advantage more than not putting your face out there, kind of thing?
You know, Rash, that's a good question. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a really, really good question. I think it comes down to what you're trying to do with your brand. Because the Trapstar point is a great point and a great example, because as much as we think that maybe Mikey, Lee and Will don't really, quote unquote, have a personal brand or brand themselves, but in reality, they have been branding themselves. They've just been doing it in a different way. The brand is Trapstar and the tagline is It's a Secret. Yeah. And these are all covering their faces.
True. That makes sense.
That's personal branding, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's strategic. They know exactly what they're doing. Even the whole concept of the brand Trapstar, trapping, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're really doing this, you don't want people to know you're doing it. Do you get what I'm saying? So these men have a strategy behind it. So as much as we think they're not personally branding themselves,
it is technically branded.
It's technically branding. Do you get what I mean? And Clint is similar in the sense that he is there and quote unquote in your face, but he's also not.
100%. I agree with that.
You get what I mean? It's like he's struck like a great balance where people might think they know him and he might say this on Twitter and he might say that, but you also can't get too close to him. Do you know what I'm saying? He's done it proper. But the reason I think during this conversation we have to mention Clint's personal brand is more so because he embodies what his brand means and stands for. Do you get what I mean, Rash? Like, I think the best example is Clint, his tweets. And his tweets from however many years ago, bro. Man is live saying, we're going to be the biggest brand, we're going to rule the world, we're going to do this, blah, 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 and all of this stuff, bro. And man has gone on to do it. Like, if your brand is saying, we're going to rule the world, like, you as a person behind the brand has to embody that to a certain degree. Even
and you kind of got act like that as well. Kind of
get it. You have to get it. Because, for example, let's say Corteiz was that all the designs were the same, like aesthetically it's the same thing, but it didn't have someone to kind of buy into. It's harder to understand that. How does a faceless brand rule the world? You get it? How?
Yeah, true.
Whereas let's say you have someone behind, and this leads me on to my next point, like I remember early days with Clint, he would go to LA's, he would go to Paris, and even when he's in Niger, he's taking pictures of Corteiz. So he himself is embodying ruling the world. Okay, he's not going there and putting on pop-ups for 200 people or whatever. He's literally just going there as a tourist, but he's taking his guns with him. He's taking pictures, global. And he's global. You get what I'm saying? He's doing it. He's not localizing his brand too much. He's really ruling the world. You get it? So that being said, personal branding, I think everybody has to do it to a certain degree. I do get Rash's question, obviously playing devil's advocate as to whether you got to do what's comfortable with you. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but you got to personally brand yourself and you have to have some sort of strategy behind it, man. And obviously I work in marketing and there's something called executive position is what they call it. So it's like within, let's say, the more corporate space, CEOs or whatever are positioned as like thought leaders. So let's say there's somebody who owns a company that sells, I don't know why pens is the first thing that came to my head, but sells pens, you would have the CEO of X brand basically writing articles or whatever about the mechanics of a pen. This is what a pen can be used for. You'll position yourself as a thought leader and that adds value to your brand. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. People are buying your pen over another pen because they've bought into you.
Yeah, true. But even I don't know, because like having a brand and stuff. So say example, like let's say like brand A, like what if like further down the line you wanna pass it on to someone else? You see what I'm saying?
True.
Like then they just want the brand to do well, but like say like in 100 years it goes into another person. They're not really thinking about the person behind it as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
True.
They're thinking about the actual like the clothing and stuff like that. Do you see what I'm saying?
But that kind of goes back to the like the luxury house points you were making.
Yeah,
They're real people, bro.
yeah, true.
You
Yeah,
get it? They're actually
true.
real families.
But if you can tell me, like obviously I don't want to get like put like flipping dragged in the comments and that, but I don't know what LV looks like, Louis Vuitton looks like. I don't know. Same like Dior, like I couldn't tell you. So it's like, but I know it's a household name. These people, and I'm just thinking about like, yeah, I just know they're high end brands. Just see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So yeah. But obviously,
but I guess it kind of depends what direction you want to go in as well and stuff like that.
That's also true. Like, thank you for saying that, Rash. Because the caveat, everything I'm saying, just know that everything Corteiz has done, you don't necessarily have to do things the same. I just want us to have this conversation so we can kind of discuss, and obviously you lot can all comment and interact with us, and basically just learn from them, man. Take almost like look at the fundamentals of it and see how you can kind of take things from it but make it your own. That's the main thing. If you have your brand and you don't necessarily feel like you need to be the face, you need to be like a face attached to it, then so be it. You get what I'm saying? But just know that there is value in it.
Yes, I was literally just going to say, but I'm guessing from the point you're coming from is that, I mean, it's not for definite, but you think it has more of an advantage having a personal branding rather than just being behind it and not having.
I do.
Yeah.
I won't dispute that. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I definitely do. And part of the reason, Rash, is because the world is changing. Nowadays,
I agree.
You get what I'm saying? Nowadays, people buy in to brands, not necessarily because of what they offer in terms of what they're making.
I think it's personalities in general. Like, because even me, like, a person we know, Josh, was saying us to ages ago, like actors, like musicians, they're like rock stars, like back in the day, even 10, 20, but now it's like YouTubers are the new things, and why YouTubers are a big thing because their personalities, they're relatable. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I hear it still.
Relatability is the key word. You get what I'm saying? It's I don't know. Maybe also for me comes down to the idea of competition. But let's say there's two brands, brand A and brand B.
Yeah.
Brand B and brand A look exactly the same, but the person behind brand A is showing you the process of how she makes the clothes. He's showing you why he does it. Yeah. She is showing you what they hope to do with it, whereas the owner of brand B isn't doing nothing. So
I heard that.
In reality, this brand is faceless. Chances are, in my opinion, people buy into people, innit? Yeah. So people are more likely to buy into brand A because they feel like they have more of an affinity with it. They believe in it more, they understand it more, simply because of what this person is doing with their personal brand. Do you know what I'm saying? Things that Clint does, that's like, they're just genius.
Trust that.
You know what he does when he does the Babe, Clint just posted?
The what?
Basically, I don't know who would have been the first person to comment it, but there was one time, where Clint posted a picture.
Yeah.
And somebody must have said, "Babe, wake up, Clint just posted."
Oh, okay, yeah.
Clint, I don't remember the first time he did it, but I remember he done it, and he just screenshotted that comment and put it on his story, innit? Yeah. So then now, once he put that on his story, every time he posts, you'll see about 50 comments saying, "Babe, wake up, Clint just posted."
Yeah.
Bro, it's like small intangible things like that you can't necessarily attach like a monetary value to, but it adds to the interaction, it adds to the engagement, it adds to the excitement of
like meme culture, innit? Like he's connecting that to the brand and everything like that.
Yeah, he's understanding it. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's using his personal brand as a way to leverage that. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So yeah, personal branding, there's value in it. Again, as Rash was saying though, each to their own. If you don't want to do certain things, you don't have to do certain things, but please do see the value of branding yourself. Thank you for watching another episode of Where's My Podcast. If you ever want to take in future episodes on the go, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Whilst you're there, please leave us a 5-star review. It would really help. And also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, WMTV_LDN, to keep up to date with the latest goings on in UK fashion. Keep it locked.